And hello, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing great. Thanks for joining us on Facebook. And we're going to talk about the forecast. It's going to be hot. There's no doubt about that. Matter of fact, heat index values will be around 102 and 104 degrees, somewhere in that vicinity. And what'd you think about yesterday? We had a lot of dramatics, had a lot of wind, but not much rainfall, at least not for most of us in Bexar County. The southern part of the county did have a little bit more rain, and we'll take a look at that as well. Just want to say hi to everybody. First of all, Seth, how are you doing? From Clear Lake, Iowa. Are you from San Antonio and just visiting up there, or you just happened to reach us? Either way, it's good to hear from you. Alfred, how are you doing? Cindy, how are you? And oh, okay, you are from West Side. All right, great. And Shivo, how are you? And Diana, yeah, I know. Right. See, we're going to get to that. I kind of reeled you in with the cold frontal reference. You know, if you've lived here in South Texas for any length of time, you know it's pretty rare for a cold front to come in the summer, first of all. And second, it's pretty rare for it to cool us off. Now, one thing these frontal boundaries will do is they will have a little wind shift, so they'll start a little convergence. And sometimes we'll get some rain, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen for us. So we should see a little bit of some rain. And Tara, how's everything in New Braunfels? All right, let me put this into a double box here, kind of shrink myself, and that way you can see what's going on out there. All right, temperatures in the mid-80s. Let's see, what time is it? It is 11 o'clock. We're already in the mid-80s. By noon, we should be pretty close to around 90 degrees, so we're warming things up. We've got partly cloudy skies outside right now, and it's going to be a partly cloudy day. Now, we had the dramatics. Look at these wind gusts yesterday. I mean, I don't know if you were outside about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but the sea breeze, which sometimes reaches us here in San Antonio, sometimes it doesn't. Well, it was enhanced yesterday with this upper level low, and that really moved in. We had a peak wind gust at the airport at 43 miles an hour, Uvalde 39 miles per hour, Pleasanton about 37, and Victoria about 38. It was really breezy. New Braunfels actually had a wind gust at about 41 miles per hour as well. So we had some big dramatics, but again, not much rainfall. Let's take a look. You can just see up in the hill country, by the time it got to the hill country, there wasn't anything left at all. At my house, had literally, I mean, just a few sprinkles, and that was about it. At the airport, reported a trace, basically a goose egg, nothing measurable at all. Down towards Pleasanton, about a half an inch. Over around Seguin, about a half an inch as well. Well, anywhere from a half an inch to an inch, and further to the south and east, more beneficial rainfall there. So, and I've got bad news. I don't see any rainfall today at all. I think it's going to be pretty much a goose egg for us across the area once again. So, hopefully you picked up some showers yesterday, because you're not going to pick up any today. Let's take a look out at the temperatures, I believe. No. We don't want to do that. Here we go. Get back on track. There we go. We're going to look at the temperatures. We're warming up. 85. Kerrville's at 82, but down to the south and east, really warming things up. Down around Pleasanton, it's 87. Floresville, 87. George West, 90. Beeville, 90. Victoria, 90. And New Braunfels, close to 90. And I think here in the city, we'll be close to 90 degrees as well. Plus, we've got some humidity. Dew point is at 71. Seguin, 73. Look at the dew point. Pleasanton, Floresville, mid-70s, 75. Victoria with a dew point also at around 75. Let's see. I haven't looked, but I would say here in the city, no problem with, feels like heat index in the 90s, I'm sure. Down south, even hotter than that. Let's see. We should, yeah, right around 90 degrees here is what we've got for a heat index. Pleasanton feels like 96. But look at Victoria. Already feels like 100. George West feels like 101. And Beeville feels like about 101. So we're warming temperatures on up for today. I think we'll probably hit a max heat index today somewhere around, 102, 104 degrees, something like that. All right, let me say hi to everybody. Gina, over in Urbana, Ohio. I am not sure where Urbana is, but let me know where that is up there in Ohio. But tell everybody in Ohio we said hi, I guess. Dave, yep. You know what, Dave? Probably right. Dave says it's probably more accurate to say slightly less of a warm front than a cold front. Yeah, you know how a cold front works down here this time of the year. Misty says, bring it on. And Dolores, no, Dolores, no, don't turn off your AC. You're going to still need your AC. We'll take a look at those temperatures. Again, not a lot of cooling. Put it this way. I'll go ahead and tell you. Saturday, probably in the mid-90s as opposed to closer to 100. Yeah, that's so not much of a cold front, that's for sure. All right, let me show you this water vapor imagery. There's a couple of things that I want you to see. This is going back 48 hours. You're going to see a big clockwise spin. That's a big high in the desert southwest where it has been really hot. And then we've got a weaker high in the Gulf of Mexico. And in between the two, over Texas, we've had this spinning, counterclockwise spin. Can you see that? That's what helped to enhance that sea breeze yesterday. Look at that. You can actually see it on the water vapor. You can kind of see that sea breeze coming in with those thunderstorms. And that upper level low was between those two highs. Well, let's take a look at the latest part of that water vapor. Look at that. That high just building right on in. There's not much of a weakness left over. So therefore, without a weakness in place, you're just not going to have much of a chance for any showers or storms. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know. Well, I probably can't. We'll just leave it like that. Anyway, not much of a weakness there, so not much lift and not much of a chance for showers and storms today, unfortunately. But I do see a better chance of seeing some rain coming up. I'm going to tell you why. Here's another way to look at it. This is the upper level pattern. Okay, we've got a big high over there around Arizona, another one there in the Gulf of Mexico that I was showing you. And then we're building in a trough across the middle portion of the country, there from the Dakotas into North Texas. Can you see that U shape? That's a trough, okay? And that's going to help to drive that cold frontal boundary down to the south. Tomorrow, storms are going to develop in North Texas, and I think by tomorrow night, they'll likely reach us, at least scattered anyway. And then Saturday, we're still going to have a chance for some scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm. And then we start to diminish the rain chances Sunday to about a 20% chance. Now, this is interesting also. You know, you've heard of the new tropical storm that's in the Caribbean. Well, timing couldn't be better for us, I guess. Now, we could use the rain, but I think if this thing worked into the Gulf of Mexico, it would probably be pretty strong. So anyway, that trough that's digging down into Texas, the wind flow around it is going to push that tropical storm towards Florida and the East Coast, and so there's not really a prayer for it to come into the Gulf of Mexico. Let's check on our new tropical storm, and the name is kind of fun. It's Isaias. There you go. Got to get my mind straight. Anyway, it's starting to look a little bit stronger. Winds at 60 miles per hour, moving off to the northwest at about 20. There's been a lot of rain in Puerto Rico, threat for mudslides there, all kinds of issues there. Now, Dominican Republic, which is Hispaniola, it's got Dominican Republic on the right side and Haiti on the left side. On the southwest side of that island, big, huge mountains. The right side, not so much. So I think that the island of Hispaniola will likely take a little bit of a punch out of the tropical storm, but probably will stay intact. At least the Hurricane Center thinks so. Wind staying at about 60 miles an hour. Going to be a really strong tropical storm moving through the Bahamas, missing Florida barely. Going to be really a close call on that. And then coming up through the Carolinas there, may get very close to Wilmington and Cape Hatteras if you've got any interest there. But it looks like our new tropical storm is really starting to look pretty good. Let's take a look at the rainfall with this tropical storm. It's been a real diffuse and kind of a broad circulation. Matter of fact, the center of circulation, at least where the National Hurricane Center thought it was, just kind of all over the place. And you can see that by that track there, just kind of hip-scopping or hip, you know, I'm going to do a little hip-hop. But anyway, just kind of moving around. Finally, I think it is forming a distinct center of circulation just right off the island of Hispaniola, right there off the Dominican Republic. But look at the heavy rainfall there in Puerto Rico. All right, so it looks like it's going to get its act together, may weaken a little bit going over the island, but next stop is going to be close to Florida over the weekend, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Not going to be anywhere near us, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, so for today, high temperatures, again, will be in the upper 90s, I think about 98 under partly cloudy skies, and I doubt we'll see even an isolated shower today. Tomorrow morning, starting off cloudy again, first thing, and then high temperatures. I think we'll probably hit 100 tomorrow. Pretty close to it anyway. And then here we go, late in the day, we'll start to see some showers and a thunder shower develop in the hill country, and by tomorrow night, we should see some activity moving into the area. You know, a lot of times when they move like that along a frontal boundary, and we get really hot in the afternoon, could be some gusty winds with some of the thunderstorms as they move through. How much rain? Well, this is just one computer model. I kind of put this together. Let's take a look. Come on, there we go. This computer model says maybe half an inch. So half an inch to maybe an inch in some locations. You know what? This time of the year, we're not going to turn any rainfall away, right? Let's see. While you're looking at the 7-day, I'm going to say hi to some folks. Matthew, hey, how are you doing? Jose, how are you doing? Yeah, low of 94. That's basically right. I think the high is going to be in the mid-90s. You can see it there on the 7-day. And Maria, you know what? It's a good way to look at it, Maria. Better 90s than triple digits. You know, this time of the year, you can see our average high this time of the year is in the mid-90s at 96. So that's pretty close where we should be, and that's where we're going to be Saturday. Now, having said that, I think the high kind of builds back in next week. High temperature is close to 100 again for next week, but we need the rain. So, Pamela, waiting for the rain. I think you said it. We need it. We need it bad. So this is what I see for today. That upper level high getting the upper hand, no rainfall, high 98, heat index around 104 on Friday. I threw in a 10% because it's possible before the sun sets that we could have a slight chance for rain, but I really think most of that is going to wait till around sunset or after for those storms to move in, and I think it's going to be hot. A lot of times right in advance of a frontal boundary, especially this time of the year, you have a little extra compressional heating, so I'm going to go with 100 for a high on Friday. And then Saturday, that frontal boundary is going to be kind of close to us, so maybe some morning showers, a little sunshine, and then maybe some more thunderstorms developing in the afternoon with the heating of the day. And yes, look at that. I've got a northeast wind at 5 to 10 with a high of 96. That's a South Texas cold front. That's all we can do. All right, Sunday, maybe a few thunderstorms developing in the afternoon, but a slim chance, high 98. Monday, throw in another 20% chance, not a very good chance, but slight. And then that ridge really starts building in for Tuesday and Wednesday, so high temperatures close to 100 for the middle part of next week. Hopefully, your yard will pick up a half an inch, maybe an inch. That's the best we can hope for, but hey, at least we got a chance for some rain. All right, well, thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of your morning. And don't forget, I'll be back here at 1 o'clock. We're going to talk about gravity waves. We're going to get real nerdy and talk about those waves. I don't think, a lot of folks don't even know what a gravity wave is, but that's what we're going to talk about at 1 o'clock. And Stacey's coming up with weather coming up at noon, and we'll see you then. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you at 1 o'clock.